Here's a little career advice for all the folks that are graduating this year. It's not who you know, it's who knows you. Hey everyone, it's Anthony Onesto, and this is my Burn the Box drop for this week. I know it's been a while, but I'm talking about you, the brand, and there's been some really interesting research that has been done. The title of the research is It's Not Who You Know, It's Who Knows You, Employee Social Capital and Firm Performance. And what the study looks at, this research looks at, is the social impact of your brand and your connections, both internally and externally with your company, actually enhances your firm performance. So here's a couple, let's look at some of the numbers, right? So when you are externally pushing out your brand, whether it's you, whether it's your company, whether it's a combination of both, when you're recognized or have that external visibility, there's actually in the research says there's an increase of productivity of about 7%. So you actually, by going out and being a representative and getting your name out there, it actually increases your productivity. Um, Consequences of restricted networking. The research examined the impact of regulatory changes that limited networking opportunities, and there's a direct correlation between reduced networking and lower firm performance. So the more you are networking out there, both in real life, online, putting things out like Burn the Box, there's actually a correlation to your firm's performance, and it highlights the vital role of robust external networks. But it also applies to internal networks. So, whether you're working for a small company, I think it's a little bit easier when you're smaller, everyone knows each other, but as you grow, you're becoming further and further away from different areas of the business. And internally, employees who are better connected within a company are more likely to access diverse ideas, support, foster innovation, and increase in operational efficiency. So when you think about who knows you, it's not only about external exposure, but also internal exposure. So how do we do this? Okay, great, Anthony. You've given us the numbers. If I get better at networking both internally and externally, and people know who I am versus who I know, how do I do all this? Well, first of all, the first step is you want to engage with industry and company leaders, right? You want to get out there and actively participate in industry events, company-wide meetings. Again, when you think of this, it's not only external, it's internal. Contribute your knowledge. You are an expert on a particular subject. What is your point of view on that subject? When AI came out, I said, I have an opinion and I have a view of the future of human resources, recruiting and business and organizations with this new layer of AI on top of it. Contribute your knowledge, and that could be both internally and externally. And then make sure you're optimizing your LinkedIn and internal platforms, right? Use LinkedIn, like I'm doing here, to highlight your achievements and share industry relevant content, but also engaged, whether it's Microsoft Teams or Slack, and contribute and showcase your expertise internally within your organization. So why do we do all these things? Well, there's a reciprocal nature of social capital, and we call it social capital whenever you're putting your expertise out there, and it thrives on reciprocity. And so be a mentor and collaborate with folks. Like it could be as easy as doing that versus creating new content or videos like I'm doing here. Facilitate introductions. The one thing I absolutely love is when I hear a need and I know someone who could fill that need, whether a job or just a connection. I love making those connections. And if you've ever been connected by me, my favorite exit line is Godspeed, right? I want this to be a fruitful connection. And participate and raise your hand for some team projects, maybe something that's outside your comfort zone. You want to actively contribute to the team efforts, right? If you're showing your impact within the organization, it's super important. So an example, think of it like, project manager, Jane Smith. She leveraged her internal and external networks to spearhead a groundbreaking project for her team. Think about the opportunities to really use AI within your role within the company that you're working in. Combine your external context with your internal resources, and it can significantly boost your market, right? Your own personal brand. All right, so let's wrap it up. What do we do? Effective networking involves more than just connecting people. It requires building a reputation as a valuable and a knowledgeable member of your professional and organizational community. Insights from this research that we were looking at illuminate the profound impact of being well known both inside and outside of your company. And remember, start today by fostering relationships that build your visibility and influence, driving your career and company forward. And remember, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. That's my quick drop. We'll see you next time.